The fourth entry in the Jurassic World franchise has now completed filming and officially enters post-production. Cast and crew celebrated the achievement at the official wrap party. Cocktails were served based on the 3 most colossal creatures, and various social media posts give us a small taste on what this movie might be about. We've got lots to cover in this video, so let's waste no time. Welcome back to Jurassic Outpost. Let's uncover what we know about Jurassic World Rebirth.
I'll give you something extra if you make it a good trip!
The 4th Jurassic World movie, or the 7th Jurassic Park movie, has officially entered post-production. Filming took place across the summer months in Thailand, Malta, and at Sky Studios Elstree in the UK. After a series of night shoots, the movie appeared to wrap at 4 AM on the 28th of September. Producer Frank Marshall took to Twitter to reveal a Jurassic World hat, saying, "That's a wrap." Our friends at Real News Hawaii shared a bunch of posts from various members of the cast and crew that show the wrap party taking place. DJ Master Frank was spinning the turntables as usual, and from what we can gather, something was played for the crowd. The sizzle reel that Jonathan Bailey spoke of not too long ago was likely shown in full for the attendees at this wrap party, which many have speculated could mean a teaser trailer for us is very close. We might indeed be getting our first real look at this movie sooner than we thought. November's release of the Universal movie Wicked is one to look out for. There is a chance some sort of teaser gets attached to this film, and if so, you'll be wanting to book your seats now to be one of the first to see it. Universal's Wolfman is also coming out early next year, and we could see a trailer attached to that. But anyway, what's up with Scarlett shared more posts from the event in the UK, and specifically this drinks menu, which shows 3 cocktails available: land, sea, and air. You'll remember the official synopsis, which states, "This action-packed new chapter sees an intrepid team racing to secure DNA samples from the 3 most colossal creatures across land, sea, and air." From what we can gather, picture wrap on this movie has indeed finished earlier than anticipated, with the filming schedule initially taking us into early October. The movie wrapped a few days before the end of September, so Gareth kept Spielberg's style and shot the movie in less time than planned.
Cut, print, great take.
The production seems to have moved along rather quickly and efficiently, and judging by the demeanor and shared feelings of the cast, crew, and producers, was very successful. This type and speed of production timeline is fairly common now in modern blockbusters, and while we all would have liked to see a lot more animatronics, we don't know the full extent of how many were on set, but the lack of numerous full-size animatronics likely sped the production up quite a bit. According to photos from Manuel Garcia Rolfo and others on social media, the cast and crew received a custom Jurassic Park music box that plays John Williams' theme as a wrap party gift. So what else do we know? Well, the Spinosaurus is confirmed. Just kidding. We don't know the dinosaur list yet, but this fan favorite is certainly one we'd love to see again. We had this discussion on our latest podcast, and I mentioned how cool it would have been if Universal had dropped the official Rebirth logo with a Spinosaurus instead of a T-Rex. Well, clearly we are not the only ones who thought that, because the Jurassic artist and Muzzamill both took a stab and created these beautiful variants. Go check out their respective pages, as these two consistently put out great work and are worth the follow. Anyway, speaking of the Spinosaurus, the dinosaur was bred and kept on the island of Isla Sorna. We were introduced to this wonderful creature in Jurassic Park 3 and unfortunately haven't seen it since. There have been rumors that the species will make a return in Rebirth, many of which might just be based on hope, but we released a video recently asking the question, are we going back to Site B? Certain set photos and pieces of information obtained about the new movie certainly support this return to Site B, and given Frank Marshall's latest photo from the set, I think there's some real merit to that idea. Firstly, we know InGen is making a return, or at least the island in which the characters are spending time on in this movie had an InGen presence. This was supported by the official set photo of Duncan Kincaid, but also photos of the new vehicles, which also sport the InGen logo, as well as being numbered. Secondly, the architecture shown in this set photo by Frank really does resemble something InGen would have built on the islands. So let's take a closer look. Producer Frank Marshall is set on the steps of the concrete building. Immediately, you'll notice that this building is quite dilapidated. The glass windows are covered in grime, indicating it's been abandoned and not currently in use. The bin outside is rusty, and generally this location looks and feels like something from Sauna. That's not to say we are going to Sauna, of course. It's believed that InGen owned all of the islands in that island chain, so what we're seeing could be one of their buildings on another island in the Pacific, or even somewhere else entirely. It's not fully known the extent of InGen's secret projects, so there's a chance we might see for the first time ever a brand new location outside of the 5 deaths. Anyway, the building bears a resemblance to the Embryonics lab in Jurassic Park 3 and the administration building from The Lost World. This is no accident. We don't know what's inside, of course, but just examining the outside, the exterior, we get some further information. The grime-covered windows are all intact, albeit dirty and unkept, but what's that in the top right? It's a security camera. It sits at the top of this sloped concrete wall that indeed also resembles InGen architecture on both Nublar and Sauna. We see the same architecture in Fallen Kingdom also, the bunker which was repurposed by Masrani's Jurassic World, but was a building that existed well before they ever got onto the islands. It was one of InGen's bunkers. But let's focus in on that camera. I haven't seen anybody analyze this in detail yet, but I wonder if we could date this to a particular year. What year was this camera made? The only similarity I can find in this franchise is the one from Operation Genesis, the 2003 video game. Whatever it is though, it's not new and helps date this location to potentially sometime in the 90s or sometime in the early 2000s. Now, to clarify, the movie is taking place in the modern day, but this location is clearly something that was abandoned maybe decades earlier. I think we're looking at yet another abandoned InGen building on one of their islands, likely in a village similar to that seen in The Lost World, hence the phone booth, offering workers the chance to call landlines on the mainland or, of course, other locations across the island. The colors up here, black and yellow, are the same shades of that of the new InGen logo, and we've got this red line running across the top. These 2 bicycles could also be props from the movie, or more likely a way for the crew to get around at Sky Studios' Elstree. They could have been used by Frank and whoever took this photo to get to this very spot. But I might be wrong about that. What if they are also abandoned InGen worker bikes? They are indeed numbered. The photo isn't quite high resolution enough to tell, but they do kinda look like they've got a layer of grime on them, which would indicate that they have been sat here for quite some time. Although the tires are not flat. But what do you think? Now, this photo found by Stevie Carr, who we've had on our podcast, so go listen to that, shows another angle of the Sky Studios sets, and I think we can learn a little bit more about what they were filming here. This building in the middle, this set here, looks like a rooftop. Maybe at some point the characters in this movie have to climb on top of this building or a different building in order to escape certain dinosaurs. This whole building to the right is giving off, it just looks like an InGen facility, right? Each angle gives us something different, and there's even what appears to be a gas station on one side, something we saw in The Lost World's workers' village. If we look at this other top-down shot, we can see where Frank was sitting, and the shadow on the ground in Frank's picture being cast by that gas station overhang. I am very excited to see what exactly has been filmed here. This movie, whatever it is exciting me more by the day, and will be showing us more of InGen's dirty little secrets, and I can't wait to find out what the sinister, shocking discovery that's been hidden from the world for decades really is. Could it be a Daihuog? That's about it for now. Thanks for checking out this video, and I will catch you in the next one.